Good evening. You are welcome in the zoology class organized by Society of Career Technology and Jan Vikas Mahasabha. We were discussing about different endocrine glands. Today we will talk about adrenal or suprarenal gland because it is situated just above the kidney and above the kidney like a cap. So it is also called suprarenal gland. It is interesting to note that pituitary is said master's gland. But if pituitary gland is removed, even then an animal can survive. But if adrenal gland is removed, animal cannot survive. Animal cannot cope up by even a small environmental stress or emotional stress. So it is interesting to note that there are two parts in adrenal: outer adrenal cortex, which is derived from mesodermal cells, and inside it there is adrenal medulla, which is derived from ectodermal cells. The adrenal cortex is made up of three layers: 1, 2, 3. Outermost layer is zona glomerulosa. It secretes aldosterone hormone. Aldosterone hormone controls reabsorption of sodium ion from distal tubule of nephron at the time of urine formation. And it is controlled by the kidney hormone renin-angiotensin. First of all, renin is secreted. It stimulates angiotensinogen into active angiotensin. Angiotensin is a hormone-like substance, and it stimulates aldosterone hormone for reabsorption of sodium. Then second layer is zona fasciculata. It secretes a hormone cortisol or corticosterone or cortisone. There is slight difference in the structure of cortisol and cortisone. Cortisol is a glucocorticoid, whereas aldosterone is called mineralocorticoid. Hormones of adrenal cortex are called corticoids. Aldosterone is called mineralocorticoid, cortisol is called glucocorticoid because it keeps a control on glucose metabolism. Although insulin and glucagon hormones control the blood glucose level, but if there is an environmental stress, in that condition cortisol is released. It is both it causes glycogenolysis, means breakdown of glycogen to form glucose. If there is no glycogen, it can also convert fatty acids or amino acids into glucose, which is called gluconeogenesis. So this way, for emergency condition, it supplies extra amount of glucose into blood. Besides cortisol, it anti-allergic, immunosuppressant and anti-inflammatory. So our capacity to fight against diseases, foreign microorganisms, the allergy, although it is beneficial, but if it is hyperactivity, then it causes problem for our body. So cortisol is anti-inflammatory, anti-allergic and immunosuppressant. Most of the ointments used for healing of the wound, they contain cortisone or similar compounds. If there is very high fever and no fever reducing drugs are effective, in that case a small dose of cortisol brings down the fever and For asthmatic patients also, steroidal drugs are given, which helps in dilation of the bronchioles, which helps in normal respiratory condition. The cortisol secreting cells are stimulated by ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone of the anterior pituitary. It is interesting to note that the inner layer, zona reticularis also secretes some sex hormones, and in the adrenal cortex of both male and female individuals, both male and female sex hormones are secreted in a small amount. Although sex hormones are secreted from testis and ovary, but a small amount is secreted from adrenal cortex also. And sometimes its underactivity or overactivity affects our body. For example, you might have seen some women having a masculine voice, a small moustache, a small beard. So this is called adrenal virilism, virilism. Adrenal virilism in females is due to over-secretion of adrenal cortex androgen. Sometimes in a male individual also, a much more secretion of female sex hormone from adrenal cortex may lead to gynecomastia, in which in a male individual the breast develop for some extent, and the voice may become some feminine. So under secretion of adrenal cortex causes Addison's disease, overactivity causes Conn's syndrome. Overactivity of cortisol secreting cells causing Cushing's syndrome. The adrenal medulla, situated in the middle, derived from ectodermal cells. The cells take the stain very easily, so they are also called chromaffin cells, and they secrete two hormones, 80% hormone adrenaline and 20% hormone noradrenaline. Underactivity of adrenal medulla has not yet been reported, but over secretion of adrenal medulla may cause pheochromocytoma. Adrenaline and noradrenaline. For most of the actions, their action is similar, but for some activities, their action are just opposite to each other. Actually, these hormones prepare the animal for emergency conditions, fight, flight, or fright. So, for emotional stress conditions, adrenaline hormone is secreted. Adrenaline and noradrenaline also act like glucagon. They cause glycogenolysis and gluconeogenesis. They increase the blood supply towards heart and respiratory organs and decrease the blood supply towards skin and other less important organs. You might have seen that when you visit an ophthalmologist for your eye test, they put an eye drop in your eyes, and after some minutes they observe under your eyes the condition of retina, etc. That eye drop is adrenaline. It causes dilation of the pupil of the eye. Sometimes dentist doctors also use adrenaline before tooth extraction, and by use of adrenaline the blood vessels blood supply towards the teeth is reduced, so less bleeding takes place. So this way, adrenal gland, both adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla are very, very important. If we take out surgically adrenal gland, it becomes very difficult for the animal or human being to survive. I don't know why pituitary gland is said to be master's gland. After removal of pituitary, animals animal can survive, but after removal of adrenal gland, the animal cannot survive. So let us congratulate and pay respect to the adrenal or suprarenal gland of our body. Thank you very much.